4 years ago, during the pandemic, I was making $500,000 a year. I was working relentless 10-hour days, and it felt like I was running out of time to leave my mark. Then one day, my brain just shut down, like someone flipped a breaker. No more ideas, no more decisions, just static. I walked away from my desk and I didn't sit back down at it again for another 2 weeks. That strategic pause led to an insight that saved my business, and it might just save yours in the best way possible. Stanford's Center on Longevity shows that 67% of women in their third chapter become more driven, not less. But we're channeling all that intensity wrong. By the end of this video, you'll know how to harness your legacy urgency without burning out your brain. So there I was, staring at my screen, and my brain just stopped. It wasn't that I was tired, I was full, saturated. Nothing else could get in. So I did something that felt pretty terrifying. I walked away for 2 weeks. I let myself recalibrate, regroup, refresh, and reevaluate. You see, Harvard's study of adult development found that people in their third chapter report higher levels of purpose and meaning than any other stage in life. We're not winding down, we're firing up. But 73% of us are still using outdated energy strategies from earlier decades. Here's what nobody tells you. UC San Francisco researchers discovered that established women experience something called legacy urgency, a biological drive to maximize impact. It explains why 82% of female entrepreneurs in their prime work harder than they did in earlier decades, even though we know better. That resistance you're feeling, it's not laziness. It's your wisdom saying, enough. It's time for something deeper. Stanford research also says we make 35,000 decisions a day. No wonder we're tired. By afternoon, the quality of those decisions drops by 40%. And at the Mayo Clinic, they found that established entrepreneurs who keep operating on that scattered energy, those energy patterns that seem like they're all over the place, experience 40% higher rates of chronic stress. And that's a whole lot of numbers. But what I hope you're getting the message of, there's a reason why we who are, as I call vintage, might be feeling this way right now. Your mature brain isn't asking for less work. It's demanding better work, work with meaning, work that matters. When I returned to my desk after that 2 week pause, the noise had settled. I had crystal clear insight about what actually mattered. Sometimes that's a little scary though, because it might mean a pivot in what you're doing in your messaging or your business. University of Michigan research proves that women in their prime naturally become better at prioritizing what truly matters. So we can trust that. We have a kind of laser focus that younger entrepreneurs only dream of. The problem is we think focus means pushing harder, but real focus means working better, not longer. And I might add, smarter. My revenue stayed at the 500,000 mark, but I was working 6 focused hours instead of 10 scattered ones. Some days I was working less than that. Same results, half the mental exhaustion. That's the power of working with your wisdom, not against it. Here's the exact method that changed everything for me. I call it the legacy energy protocol. Step one, recognize your saturation signals. MIT neuroscientist Dr. Sarah Lazar found that mental fatigue literally rewires the brain, and not in a good way. Watch for micro mistakes stacking up, avoiding decisions after 2 p.m., and that quiet dread when you open your laptop. Step two, take a strategic pause. Not an hour of meditation, just 10 or 15 minutes of true stillness. No phone, no input, no social media. Just breathe. Dr. Lazar's research shows that this rewires your brain in just 8 weeks, that one simple habit. Step three, ask legacy focused questions like, what wants to emerge through me right now? What is this challenge trying to show me? How is this teaching me something? The quality of your questions will determine the quality of your insights. And step four, trust the pause. The next time your brain screams, do something, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, is this inspired action or fear based reaction? Within a few months, my clients tell me they're making better decisions and feeling more focused and energized than they have in years. And sometimes it starts just by making that decision, changing your focus starts a change. Sarah, for example, was a successful consultant, completely burned out. She was working 60-hour weeks and still feeling stuck. After implementing the legacy energy protocol, she went from chaos to laser focus. Jennifer was ready to shut down her business. She'd been in business for 10 years. She wasn't tired of her business. She was tired of how she was running it. The strategic pause method helped her reconnect with her real vision. 6 months later, she launched her most successful program ever. Here's what I've seen again and again. When you stop forcing and start flowing with your natural energy rhythms, breakthroughs happen. Your third chapter urgency becomes your superpower, not your stress source. Look, you've got decades of powerful years ahead. Let's make them count, not by working harder, but by listening deeper. If this hits home for you, go ahead and subscribe. I'm sharing more like this every week for women like us who still have so much to create and aren't slowing down anytime soon. I put together the complete legacy energy protocol, a step by step guide to recognize when your brain fog is actually breakthrough trying to happen. Grab it in the description below. And maybe ask yourself, what if this isn't burnout? What if this is your next level knocking? You don't have to push harder. I would like you to subscribe because you need to take that pause, listen, and let your next chapter rise through you. That's what I've got for you today. This is Tina Lorenz. Thanks for being here, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.